Hello, Roboto.
Hello, CEAZOR.
I was wondering if you could help me put this very rare, very expensive antique vase up there on that shelf.
Sure, CEAZOR. Whatever you need.
Great. Hey, Roboto, don't put it on the edge of the shelf there. It will tip. It's a strange shelf.
Oh, okay. I will put it on the other side.
No, don't put it on the other side. It will tip too.
Oh, okay. I will split it in half and put it on both sides.
No!
Hello and welcome to CEAZOR's Snack Sandwich. Today we're on Phantom taking a look at Robo Vault. It's a new little protocol out. As you can see, they tagged me in here and they did this tweet on like what is Robo Vault and how does it work, and they say, hey, maybe you'd be interested in checking this out. Now, take a look at the total value is like $6,000. This is not a very big popular protocol, but the team seems okay. I talked to them a little bit. I wouldn't say I doxed them or vetted them or anything like that. They don't come from any other projects apparently, and they're, of course they're anonymous because of legality reasons apparently. But they have a pretty good idea here. They have a system here that's interesting and worth covering. Now, I'm not suggesting you to put your money in here. You do what you think is right with your money. As always, this is not financial advice. But I'd like to explain what's going on inside here because I think it's a new system in some ways. They have changed some things, they have innovated, and that's worth talking about. I'm going to try to do more videos recently and cover things that normally I would overlook and just give them a quick video and at least give them some coverage. So as you can see here, like I said, they have like $6,000 in TVL, and that's perhaps all their money or maybe a few friends or something. And they have these 4 vaults. As you can see, they have 2 USDC and 2 WBTC vaults. And they have a pretty interesting system. So basically, this works like any other vault. You would just come, put it in, you would be able to withdraw here. You would get this share token here where you could hold this in your wallet and use it perhaps in other DeFi Legos. So it works like a normal vault. However, the strategy inside the vault is what makes it special. So let's go over to the docs here, and I will quickly go through just a few key things about this that make it interesting. So this is the strategy that it's going to employ for you. So basically you will put one of your tokens inside the vault. So today we're going to talk about BTC just because that's the one I'm choosing. And maybe you could choose USDC as well. So what it's going to do is it's going to split your tokens, like the entire vault holdings, in about half. Not exactly half, but maybe 60-40 or something like that. It doesn't clearly say in the docs how much, and you'd have to really ask questions to find out exactly how much they're splitting and so forth. But it can't be half, okay? So what they do is they take maybe 60% of this BTC that you've put in here, and they lend it on Cream protocol. So they lend it on Cream, and then they're gaining some APY from lending BTC on Cream. And maybe if they supply a USDC, then they're actually gaining a pretty good APY by lending USDC on Cream, right? And they say they do have this ETH here, but there's no ETH inside the vault yet, so maybe this will come later, or it's maybe just conceptual, right? So let's go with USDC. They put the USDC in here, and then they use that collateral to borrow an amount of FTM. Now, why would they do that? Because they want to match the BTC with the FTM into an LP, and in this case on Spirit Swap, but they also use Spooky Swap as well, and then to farm the Spooky or the Spirit token. So they're building LPs in this case, and they're farming the farmable token, and they're also gaining some APY from Cream. However, there is a risk here. Now the docs is pretty good. It goes through some of the returns and so forth like that. It talks a little bit about the fees, and the fees are pretty good. They have a maximum fee of harvest fee, which is like basically every time they do a harvest they take 5%, and they have a withdrawal fee to stop some sort of like sandwich or flash attacks and stuff like that, right? They also have a nice page here that talks about the major risks, and basically DeFi is like smart contract risk, impermanent loss, because you are building LPs, right? So there is a chance of some impermanent loss in that sense. Now, you're kind of leaving it for them to manage the impermanent loss for you because it's a single asset vault. So you gotta kind of hope that they have this impermanent loss under control, but they are warning you that it is possible. Now, they are using external protocols, Cream, Spooky Swap, or Spirit Swap, so they have that added risk. And then the possibility of liquidity problems, because they're using Cream, and maybe at some point there's not enough USDC currently inside their. There's short periods of insufficient liquidity for certain tokens, or maybe the APY is just too high to borrow FTM right then, so they can't actually do that at that time. So anyways, they have this here. Now, there is one thing I wanted to show you, and that is if you go to the contracts here, and I'm going to go back to that strategy to show you. Now, one of the key things that you have to keep in mind here, and especially if you're using USDC, is when you borrow this token here, this secondary token that is borrowed, you are in essence shorting it, especially if you're using USDC. You're shorting it in both cases versus the token that you are borrowing, right? However, if you're using USDC and you're shorting FTM and you're borrowing FTM, then you really hope that FTM does not go up in value, because then you're going to get liquidated more likely in this case. Now, you're not going to get liquidated because they have the bots, they have the keepers who are going to manage this, but it's going to affect your APY quite a bit. So if you want to know what this token is, what's this secondary token, in most cases it's going to be FTM, but let's go through the contract. Let's just choose one of them, and I'll show you how to check. So you go here, you end up on FTM scan, you go to contract here, and you can see this is the vault token, so you're in the right place. And you go to read and scroll down, and there should be a thing to read here. Let me see if I can find it. Here, farm LP. So you click on the farm LP, and then you will end up on the Spooky Swap LP that they're going to build, right? And then you can just go to ERC20, and you can see the two tokens right here. Oh, they are Phantom token, or WFTM, and Bitcoin. So then you know that Bitcoin is maybe the one you went in with, and then you are borrowing WFTM versus Bitcoin. So this is a consideration. Like, there's a little bit of trust in here that their keepers are going to take care of this this risk of liquidation here well enough. So you might want to take care when you're going in here. But the reason why I'm talking about this is not because of look at this crazy APY. I like this innovation. This is clever. This is interesting. This is a new idea, and I think it's worth, maybe developing in some sense. Now, if you do look in here, as you can see, I'm connected to my wallet, my public wallet here. I don't have any funds in here right now. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do it. APYs look pretty good. But as I said many times, APYs are difficult to calculate, and these are basically estimations. So take care, consider what you want to do with this. The biggest problem here is that their only socials are the Twitter. They don't have a Telegram channel. They don't have a Discord channel. So it's kind of hard to hit them up. But you can hit them up on Twitter and ask them questions. That's how I talked to them. I asked them just a little bit about their history, who they were, and stuff like that. And they seem to come from a pretty solid background, but they don't have, they're not running, they're not like developers from BadgerDAO who are running this anonymous extra protocol or something like that. There was no information like this given to me. So take care, and I hope this is enjoyable. I hope you like this kind of video. I'm gonna try to do a little more of these just quick look videos about things that I've found interesting. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.